first half of the 19th century, a cargo ship full of copra and tea entered an English port, Plymouth. But except for the regular products for the trained company, this ship carried some special articles: living parrots. Among them there was a sulphur-crested cockatoo, exactly like the one next to me. The bird entered an English family and accompanied several generations for exactly 123 years, until it finished its life in the second half of the 20th century. This case is considered as the most long-living bird known. Cargo lists were preserved and can stand as a proof that precisely 123 years have passed between the day the parrot had entered the port Plymouth and the day of his death. In most cases, the length of a parrot's life was difficult to verify, as people used to estimate parrots' age based on oral transmissions, as uncertain as those can be. However, the case of that Plymouth parrot assures us that parrots can really live that long. Perhaps the sulphur-crested cockatoos do not have the best imitating skills, but most of them are quite good at imitating human speech and other sounds from their surroundings. They're extremely intelligent. Their way of being reminds me of children with ADHD. They're always curious, they have to see everything. Cockatoos require a lot of time from their guardians. They're typical egocentrics. They always want to be in the center of attention, and they try to gain this attention with their behavior. The parrot which is sitting on my arm and trying to find food in my mouth is a 4-month-old sulphur-crested cockatoo belonging to the Triton subspecies. It will still grow a bit bigger and slightly change its color. It will have beautiful blue seeds around the eyes. When excited, intrigued or frightened, it shall raise a huge, magnificent plumage. When we buy a cockatoo, we must remember to choose a hand-fed and young specimen. If we get a parrot which has had a few owners before, it might have some bad habits, and it is probable that its previous owners wanted to get rid of it, because it was not given enough attention, spent all days in an empty room, and eventually it became too loud. If we are about to have a cockatoo, a friend for a lifetime, it's best to buy a specimen which is a few months old, and whose character is still a blank page so we can sculpture it the way we want. Properly taken care of cockatoos, surrounded with friendly people, will be family members for very long years. I don't know if it's going to be 120 years, but it's important to make sure that our children and grandchildren know how to look after our parrot. If someone wishes to have a long-living friend for themselves and their children, or even grandchildren, we will welcome you in the Parrot Shop.